Hello everyone. Now today's question is about GFC and PRP. Now GFC stands for growth factor concentrate and PRP is platelet-rich plasma. Now these are two treatments that are used to stimulate hair growth and to control hair fall. And they are given by injection, but they essentially use your own blood. So they extract some blood from you and then they spin it. Both procedures require centrifugation. That means the spinning it at high velocity in a centrifuge machine, and then what happens is the cell section drops down and what you get is the platelets and the platelet growth factors. Now the growth factors is really what we need, and these growth factors, the belief is that if you inject them they will stimulate hair growth by stimulating the hair into the anagen phase. So the anagen is the growth phase of the hair where the hair is getting thick and growing nicely. So you want to try and keep as much hair in that anagen phase as possible. And what you do is you inject the growth factors from the platelets. Now the thing is, this GFC is actually a relatively new treatment, and basically it is PRP but more filtered. So you remove more of the normal cells because you get some cell debris in PRP. You get some red blood cells and white blood cells in the collection. This is filtered, so there is less impurities and more the platelet-derived growth factors. The only thing is you need to activate the platelets. So if it's not done correctly, both procedures will not work. On top of that, because you're filtering, there's extra processes involved, it's more expensive. Generally, it's much more expensive than PRP. And really, both don't seem to give any more benefit than minoxidil. So actually, you might as well use minoxidil. The problem with minoxidil is it's a drug that you just apply on your head. You don't need to inject it like the other two treatments. But the thing with that is if you stop it, the hair fall is much more rapid. So that we don't advise it. What we do is we tell people to use Finasteride 0.25 because that's the latest medicine out there. And that has to be used once a day. And it works very well in controlling hair fall. So you're better off using Finasteride 0.25. The other thing is, of course, with PRP and GFCs, when you're injecting it, you can cause infection. It's painful. And it's not a one-off treatment. You have to repeat it about 4 times in 1 year, first of all, every month. And then after that, every 6 months, you have to get a top-up treatment. So as long as you're on treatment, it will control it to a certain extent, but it's no better than minoxidil as far as the data is showing. So we don't advise it. We say use Finasteride 0.25. In our clinic, we give it free of charge. So you can go to any of our centers. We are now available in a few hospitals. So contact our central number and they'll direct you to the nearest facility. So if you have any problems with hair, call us. And also, if you need a hair transplant, we are the only clinic doing Sapphire, which is the best way to get thick hair.
34% of Colombo district had diabetes, while another 1/3 had high blood sugar levels. It was found that Sri Lanka has the highest rate of diabetes in all of Asia and one of the highest in the world. 38% of Sri Lankans with diabetes have not been diagnosed. In other words, 1 million Sri Lankans do not know that they have diabetes. Diabetes is more common in Sri Lankans who are overweight and those who are better off or living in developed areas of the country. The highest rates are seen in Western Province, Jaffna, and some parts of the Northern and Eastern Province.
Use balance to control your carbohydrate intake. ඔබ කන පිෂ්ඨ ප්‍රමාණය පාලනය කරන්න balance යොදා ගන්න. ලංකාවේ ජනගහනයෙන් 50%කට වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයකට දියවැඩියාව තියෙනවා. 50%කට වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයකට යම් කෙස්වලුවක් තියෙනවා. ඒක වයසත් එක්ක වැඩි වෙනවා. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ පෝෂණ පද්ධතියේ අඩුපාඩු. ඒ පෝෂණය නිවැරදි කරගෙන ඔබට අලංකාර කෙස් කලමක්, පැහැපත් හමක්, සාධ්‍ය වැඩියාව නොවෙන්න පියවර ගන්න, අදම ගන්න, බැලන්ස් ජීවිතේට බැලන්ස් එකක් ගන්න කාලේ හරි නේද?
හිස් කෙස් අස්වද්දන ආශ්චර්ය සේවයයි. Kesha Transplant.